Good day, my friends. Today we're going to do a dramatic left turn from the sorts of videos that I've posted and consider exercise. As should be apparent by now, I'm a big believer in physical exercise. I try and stay in as good a shape as I'm able to stay, and I've experimented with a number of ways of doing that over the years. A lot of personal trainers are going to waste your money and your time, to say nothing of your time, by saying the best exercise are the ones that they're going to teach you. The best ways, times of day, diet, whatever to exercise is going to be what they teach you. Well, don't believe it. The best exercise is the one you do. The best routine is the one you do more than once. The best food you eat is the one that you eat. Okay. That said, a steak is probably better for you post-workout than a bag of pork rinds. But if you're eating those pork rinds, at least you're eating something. One of the best exercises that I've encountered over the years has been the kettlebell swing. And I'm going to demonstrate a Russian kettlebell swing in this video. The Russian swings are great because they don't involve the American-style military press at the end. Now, your shoulders need as much exercise as you can give them, but the dynamic stresses on your shoulder joint can be a little hard on you. The shoulder joint, if you look at the anatomy, is a couple of points meeting on a plane, the plane being your shoulder blade, and that dramatic stress is not so great for it. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I can't get a kettlebell. You can make one, though. Now, I have a kettlebell, a stone kettlebell, which I'll show you, and I also have a metal kettlebell. The stone kettlebell is the one I've made myself. I made it out of concrete. Go to your local building supply store. I go to Home Hardware and buy a sonotube or a handiform, whichever the store calls them. Probably an 8-foot by 8-inch handiform. They're cylinder cardboard tubes. Is going to give you what you need to know and what you need to build your own kettlebell. But the formula that you're seeing right now, volume equals pi times radius squared times height, should let you compute a kettlebell, whatever sonotube or whatever cylindrical form for the concrete you find. And the sonotube might be the best solution I've found, but it may not be the best solution you find. It's completely up to you. Cured concrete weighs 140 pounds per cubic foot. And the formula that you're seeing, volume equals pi times radius squared times height, will give you the volume in cubic feet of a kettlebell. You can use pi equals 22 divided by 7. And it's one of those constants that appears in geometry. I used this formula and the relationship of 140 pounds per cubic foot of cured concrete to make my homemade kettlebell, which you're seeing right now. Now, this was made out of an 8-inch sonotube, and it's approximately 14 inches from the ground up to the handle of 1-inch synthetic, or sorry, not 1-inch, 5/8 inch synthetic rope. And I also stuck some bell wire through it to make barbs, bristles, and stuck that in the concrete as it was setting up and drying. You want to bury one end of the sonotube as it's drying, because especially if you include a lot of water with the concrete, it will be soupy, it'll be runny, and it'll try and run out. So you don't want that to happen. You want a nice form. You want a nice even form. Kettlebell weights are measured in Poods, which is an old Russian measurement. 1 Pood is 16 pounds, 2 Poods is 32 pounds, a Pood and a half is 28 pounds. This kettlebell that you're seeing right now weighs 50 pounds, okay? My store-bought cast iron kettlebell over here, the body solid 50-pound kettlebell, is just that, a 50-pound kettlebell made out of metal. And I do most of my exercises with it, not with the homemade kettlebell over here. You'll see why. This edge formed from the sonotube is not so kind to your arm if you're going to press it over your head. The store-bought kettlebell, the body solid kettlebell, it's all rounded. It's the quintessential cannonball with a handle, and it's much easier on your forearms. Not 100% easy, mind you, but it's much easier on your forearms when you're pressing it overhead. Okay, now I'll demonstrate a Russian style kettlebell swing. Now the difference between Russian style kettlebell swings and other kettlebell swings is that the Russian style kettlebell swing does not have the military press at the end, pressing the weight overhead. So it's a little easier on your body. You don't have the dynamic shocks involved. And because your shoulder joint is 2 points meeting on a plane, it's a little easier on your whole body. Now here's the demonstration of the Russian style swing. I hope this video shows it well. Here it goes. You grip the handle, in this case the weight. You swing the weight backwards through your legs to develop some momentum. You swing it out ahead of you about 90 degrees, okay? That gives you a nice swing. Maybe I'm not demonstrating, so here's one more swing, okay? Boom, boom, okay? The weight is heavy. It's going to take a lot out of you, and that's good. Kettlebells are not dynamic or not high impact exercises, so you can do them if you have issues about your joints. Bad back, bad knees, bad hips, the whole schmear. They're not going to wreck you. In fact, no weight training is high impact, so you can do that when you exercise. I'm focusing on the formula here and to make sure that you get it down. Remember, cured concrete, that dried kettlebell that I demonstrated the Russian style swing with, is 140 pounds per cubic foot. So we've got, and 140 pounds per cubic foot of cured concrete is a little bit less than the volume of that kettlebell. That's a 52 pound or Pood 0.02, sorry, weight, okay? And I figured out the volume using the formula that you're seeing right now. Volume equals pi times radius squared times height, where V is the volume, pi is 22 divided by 7, R is the radius squared, and H is the height of the kettlebell. In this case, it's about 16 inches. This formula does not require units, so you can use centimeters, you can use inches, hell, you could use miles if you wanted to, though I recommend against that. Using this formula and a couple bags of Portland cement and a sonotube from your building supply store or do-it-yourself store, if you're a European watching this video, you can make yourself a kettlebell. There's really not any reason why you can't have a kettlebell, and you can do these very good exercises. They're not dynamic, or not high impact, although they are dynamic, so they can burn a lot of calories, especially if the movement lasts for over a minute. You burn a lot of calories then. So I do 30 swings in sets of 5 and alternating arms every 5 reps because you can do one swing with one arm, one swing with the other arm. So you do 15 swings with each arm. And I do them in sets of 5, 3 sets of 5 per arm. It's up to you how you do them. Kettlebell swings are not a perfect exercise. They don't exercise your chest, for example, but they're a very good exercise. And they burn off lots of weight when you're not running. Running is not to everyone's liking. So, having an alternative is a great thing to have. I hope that this video leads to greater health for the watcher and also opens you up to some possibilities. Thanks.